This week I'm going to show you how we feed the cows. Welcome back to another episode of Invercami Weekly. So this week I am actually going to show you how we feed the cows. It's a horrendous day that I've left it to Saturday and the video's posted tomorrow, but we've just recently bought a mixer wagon, so we're still getting to grips with that a little bit. As you all know, we obviously bought our own milk, so I'm not pushing massive volumes, so any dairy farmers that are watching this, don't criticise my ration. We're just using what we're using, but I'll explain that later on. So I'll go get the mixer wagon turned on and we'll get the bales in first and go from there. So tub mixer, you can see there that it's turning just now, so obviously it'll break things up and it will mix stuff in together, so it'll just be a balanced diet for the cows. The only thing that annoys me about this is you can never, even if I put the revs up, I can never shake off all the silage off the thing, so there's always a few hundred kilos left in the machine, but I'll go and switch the weighing scale on just now and we'll get started. So it still says there's 365 kilos in it from yesterday. Normally I get it a little bit more empty than that, but we'll go with that for a starting point. So that's the straw getting mixed up there just now. So straw bulks up the feed and it's pretty good for butter fat. We quite like a high butter fat because obviously we're skimming off for ice cream parlours and stuff like that. So I'll let that mix in. Now it's to go put the silage bale in. Now I should say, you'll notice when the mixer is quite big. That was one of the things that maybe I didn't go and view it. For my tractor, normally we use Andrew, my workman's JCB, which has got a teleporter. So it's got higher reach and stuff like that. When I put it in with my Massey Ferguson 35, it's a struggle, as you'll see, but it seems to work okay. But as I say, we put the bales in first because they take a wee minute to chop. So the machine will not only mix it, but it'll also chop it up as well. But you'll see the final mix and you'll get what I mean. So you can see there, that'll sometimes the bales do stick a little bit if you put too much, like the centres and that can stick a little bit, but I've got to go and feed some calves and stuff like that, so I'll just leave it a 10 minutes, turn it around. Hopefully when I come back it's kind of mixed. I'm never actually sure. Anyone that knows in the comments, am I better just to fill it and it'll mix it quicker, break it up quicker, or am I better just to leave the bales just to turn until they're chopped? I have just been leaving them until they're chopped, to be honest with you. So we'll see. I'll come back in 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes. Right, so that's looking a lot better now. Not perfect, but I think I'll go and get the pit silage in. So it's saying just now just over a tonne in the mixer, so I'm going to make that up to 3 tonne with the pit silage. Sorry, my lens is really wet, it's not a nice day. So the pit silage is here. A few bad bits in amongst it, actually. I might try and pick them out. The only reason that is because, well, it's a central door, so we have to work out that side and then get in this side. By the time we get there, sometimes there's a bit of bad silage, but I'll try and pick a bit of that out and then we'll get the mixer loaded up to 3 tonne. Pretty close, 25 kilos short. Next I'm going to put in is the barley. So this barley, there's 10 tonne blended by Harborough, well, feed mix the other day. We also have 750 litres of molasses mixed in amongst it as well. Try to give the cows a bit of energy, try and break down a lot of the silage. That's the idea anyway. But no means least. Do you want to know what £1,000 looks like in farming terms? So this is draft. It comes from a distillery up the road. I'm not sure what distillery this stuff came from, but the last load was £36 a tonne. So it comes in 28 tonne loads. So that's actually the only thing we actually buy into this diet. I've actually got my silage away analysis just now, so I'm sure I should be putting other stuff in, but I'm trying to keep it as cheap as possible, and also we've only got our own customers to service, so businesses and local doorsteps. We don't have a tanker coming in, so we're not pumping out as much milk as we can. It's just to service our own needs. So I'll go and get this in just now, and then we'll have a look and see what it's looking like. See what it looks like. It's a little bit annoying that I charged my wireless microphones and that, and they're not working. So you can see now. I did originally think when the top feeder came home that it was absolutely massive, and I was like, well, I might have to take the sides off, but to be honest, the way we're blending just now, I think actually some of it will be going over the side. That's just over 4 ton in there just now, so it's quite a lot weight wise when you think about it. So I'll give that a minute to mix in. You can see the draft and that. It's quite difficult actually sometimes to see some of the draft. Once it's properly mixed in, it kind of just soaks into the silage. But that's how we mix our feed. Bovine free, obviously. A lot been made about that just now, but I'm not going to go into it. I've already made a post on the Facebook page. We don't obviously use it. And this is just, I just thought I'd put a video up to show you guys how we actually fed the cows. It's something I'm quite passionate about, is showing how everything works in the farm, and that is just finding time. So I am really hoping to try and keep this up and do a video every Sunday. So now all we need to do is put it into the bucket. So basically the front door opens there, it gets elevated into the bucket. Unfortunately we have a really narrow feed pass, so I found it really difficult getting a spec for a feeder to fit down it, so that's why we ended up going with this one. So the side elevator was essential. So let's go and get it into the cows and get them their breakfast. The only annoying thing is I have to work spool from the tractor. It'd be really handy if I could actually put something on here, because normally I rake it back and forward to make sure the bucket's as full as possible, so obviously there's less runs to go into the trough. That's about 1.2 ton left, so a couple of scoops. I think that's the either 5th or 6th scoop, so we're looking at 7 or 8 scoops altogether. But as you can see, it's well empty now. It wasn't too far away from the extension marks on the side. So I'll get the last couple of scoops in and we'll get the girls in. That's the last bucket in. Give it a quick scrape up the mess I made. Last full bucket, probably about 700 kilos in that bucket. We'll get it in and we'll let them in. So that is it. Complete in the trough. 4 tons of silage, barley, draft and straw mixed in together. So I'm just going to let the cows in. It's annoying that it's such a wet, damp, cold day because it's so dark in here. But I'll just go and get them in just now. And then I've got other stuff to do. That's all I've got time for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. See you next week.